What's up, guys? How are you all doing today? And I actually just got done watching for the first time ever The Wicker Man starring Nicolas Cage. Now, I did review the 1973 Wicker Man. That video is up on this channel now. So I said, you know what? I have to watch this. So I bought it. I own it. And I just finished watching it. And I have to say, it's almost like they were going. It's almost like they were going for a comedy with this movie because Nicolas Cage's performance, a lot of the times, I mean, we all know Nicolas Cage to be this really over the top actor, so maybe he wasn't the right one for this role because the way he delivers certain lines and just says certain things, it's really funny. And it's just the way Nicolas Cage is. There's nothing wrong with him. I think it's a problem with the casting. Because as we all know, the story of the Wicker Man, I have the IMDb up here. So, a sheriff investigating the disappearance of a young girl from a small island discovers there's a larger mystery to solve among the island's secretive neo-pagan community. So it's basically the remake of the 1973 film. It's based off that screenplay by Anthony Schaefer, and this one is directed and written by Neil LaBute. Which in his direction, it seems like he can't direct dialogue scenes well, and honestly, he doesn't really give you too many really interesting visuals. Like the first movie was filmed on location. I mean, this probably was as well, but it just doesn't feel like it. The movie just feels kind of stale almost. When you watch that original film, it feels like you're in Summer's Isle and it feels like you're there. Everybody has accents. It's really great. But this, everybody has an American accent. It doesn't feel like it's taking place in this other sort of world. And it also just sort of feels like I said, with Nicolas Cage's performance in this movie, it does just feel kind of goofy at the end of it. We all like if you've never seen The Wicker Man, probably a bad idea to continue this video because I am going to get into spoilers, particularly about the end of the movie. It's like when you watch a movie like this, it's all leading up to that big climax where your protagonist has an untimely death getting put into the giant wicker man and set on fire, burnt alive. So with that scene, like the way the way we lead to it, basically the journey that we took in the 1973 film, I actually really loved that movie, to be honest with you. This, it's like a dollar store version of that. You get really no entertaining scenes. There's like a weird chase sequence to where Nicolas Cage is chasing this girl that he thinks might be Rowan, who's the same. It's the same character name of the girl that goes missing in the first one. Same situation here. There's a kind of a sequence where he's looking for her in the middle of the night, which goes nowhere. There's a sequence where he's kind of trapped in this little cave of water or whatever it is, which really doesn't make any sense and doesn't go anywhere. But the most entertaining thing about this movie is Nicolas Cage. And it works in the fact to where you could watch this and like laugh at it. Kind of like Tommy Wiseau in The Room. You kind of watch that movie to laugh at it. I think this is kind of similar because Nicolas Cage gives such a crazy performance in this movie from to where he kind of goes crazy towards the end of it, and he goes psycho on all these crazy ladies and starts kicking them and punching them. It's hilarious to watch because it feels like it doesn't take itself seriously. It almost feels like a parody of itself because in that original film you don't get anything like that. The lead character in that film was that performance was really good and really serious. It just seemed like the acting in this movie overall didn't work. I mean, Ellen Bernstein plays Sister Summer's Isle, and at the end of the film, she has like Braveheart makeup on, which I didn't really understand. Kate Behan, Behan maybe plays Sister Willow, who is actually the mother of Rowan. and it actually turns out Nicolas Cage is the father of Rowan, but it's just kind of this convoluted storyline to where they needed a blood relative that goes to this island on their own will. So it gets really kind of convoluted towards the end. When the first one, it just seemed like a really sort of simple story, this good versus evil, and you had a religious battle in that movie, basically between Christianity versus the paganism and their sort of ways and beliefs. The only really thing you get like that in this film is in the end when Nicolas Cage his legs are being broken, which I thought kind of was an interesting addition, but it is sort of forgettable. But he's on the ground and he's like, I don't believe in your ways and all this. That's really all you get in like any kind of belief battle. There's really no religious battle. Even in the original, the lead character, he's a police officer, and he's a Catholic priest or minister or Christian pastor or something along those lines. But in this film, it all just seems really watered down, and it's funny to watch. Like I said, the big takeaway from this movie is Nicolas Cage's performance. How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned? Or, oh, what's that? Oh, not the bees! Oh, my eyes! Ah! or when they knock him out, but they use the EpiPen to bring him back. They don't knock him out because the bee stings knock him out. Then they use the EpiPen to bring him back, and he sees the giant Wicker Man, and he sees it, and he goes, "Oh God! Oh my God!
Oh God! Oh my God! Oh my God!"
That made me laugh a lot, and the other part that made me laugh a lot was when he kicks the girl into the pictures. It almost seemed like I was watching a ninja movie or something at that moment. I thought he turned into like, I don't know. And the stupid point of having that gun the whole entire film, he was pointing it. I thought I was like, all right, finally we're gonna get some of these weirdos to be shot, taken out. It's what I asked for in the last one, and we didn't get it. We're gonna get it in this one, and the bullets were stolen. Even though I think he was sleeping with that gun 24/7. Not really sure how that happened. But there's just a lot of problems with this movie, especially the opening scene where a truck is on the wrong side of the road and basically obliterates this car with this mother and this girl in it that I believe... This is Rowan. This is the girl that is his daughter. But there's a other girl in this film, little girl, that gets basically burned alive in a car with her mother, and he keeps having flashbacks and visions of this, and it continues throughout the whole entire film, but it really goes nowhere. In the beginning, he picks up self-help tapes and smiles about it, but then forgets the tapes when he goes to Summer's Isle, so that really goes nowhere. There's just a lot of stuff that is pointless in this movie and goes nowhere. The acting isn't that good. It doesn't really, it doesn't feel very immersive. The best part about it is Nicolas Cage's bonkers performance. And other than that, it's a pretty poorly made movie, and it's a pretty poorly written movie. But just from Nicolas Cage's crazy performance alone is why I'll rewatch this. Just to see him give this crazy performance and say these crazy lines, and yeah, what's in the bag? A shark or something? Your bag is dripping there. Yeah. So I'd probably give this like a 1.5, maybe 1 out of 5, something like that. It's really not that good at all. It's the most memorable thing about this movie is Nicolas Cage and his crazy performance. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the 2006 Wicker Man movie. I own it now. I'll only watch it again just for that performance, like I said. And if you want to put this in a category with like Tommy Wiseau's The Room, feel free to do so. That's actually a movie that I only have on DVD that I do plan to upscale to Blu-ray pretty soon. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on the 2006 Wicker Man. Guys, did you see this movie? If you did, what are your thoughts about it? Comment that down below. Did you see the original? Did you see my review for the original with Christopher Lee in it, who actually plays a good Summers Isle? In this movie, you got Ellen Bernstein, who just kind of phones it in basically and just doesn't give that memorable of a performance. But yeah, guys, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Those are the two big ones that I'm active on. You can also subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And yeah, guys, that's it for me. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Oh, not the bees! Oh, my eyes! No!